Now? I can't hear anything.
Oh,
I can't hear anything.
Such a complainer.
I don't think I'm plugged in. I don't think...
No,
No, I'm not. I'm not. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Nope. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
All I can say is call the professionals.
I did. So, Kristina.
Yes.
Help me. All right. We're here. We can start now. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
I feel just fantastic today.
I'm not so bad myself.
Yeah, is that it? Anything else?
No.
Well, it's warm in here. What's going on?
That's because Courtney leaves the door open because she doesn't have anything to hide like we do.
Oh, so the heat comes in.
Yeah.
That's nice. So it'll progressively get colder and colder as we progress.
Right, because we hide ourselves away secretly here on the porch and shut the doors.
Pretending that
so no one can see us.
Nobody here listening to us. But actually, there's a few people who are there, and those few people
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I just know in my heart I can feel the few people that are out there, and I would like to say to them, happy holidays to you specifically, you few little people with us today. Thank you. We love you.
It's December 1st. That's what's making me so chipper. I love Christmas.
I know. I thought you'd be super proud of me because well, first of all, I feel a little competitive around the Christmas tree thing because I already got mine, and I got mine before you got yours.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
For real?
Yes, I did.
I got mine on Sunday.
I got mine on Saturday.
You.
I know. This is the first time it ever happened, and it probably will never, ever happen again.
I'm just reeling.
So eat your heart out.
Reeling.
I know.
Are there hanging babies on it already?
Yep. We hung a whole bunch of babies. The babies. The hanging babies freaked everybody out that was hanging with us.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah, it was for some unknown reason we have this hanging baby theme on my Christmas tree. It's just the little funny looking babies that seem to be strung up. I can't explain it. I mean, they're very festive. They're Christmas decorations. They're officially, except for the Barbie sleigh. I think that's not an official Christmas decoration.
I can't believe you keep the Barbie sleigh.
Why? I love it. It's so tacky.
I know. I just You're just not a tacky gal. I haven't seen a lot of tack in your life.
Yeah, but just having, that one on the tree amidst all the other sort of classically traditional Christmas ornaments.
It's super pink.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's white.
Green.
I thought it was white.
No, the Barbie sleigh is green.
It's like a mint green, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm picturing it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I got it now, back in my head.
Right, and Barbie has the hair. I mean, she has hair. She has...
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
Barbie's trademark is kind of her hair. When are they going to come out with a Barbie with not hair, though? I mean, lots of people don't have hair.
Like with a mohawk?
No, just like not with any hair.
I would love a Barbie mohawk.
Didn't you make one on your own Barbies as a child?
Well, that's what I mean, is that kids always cut the hair anyway, and it comes out looking pretty funny, so you might as well just make one that's already cut.
Yeah. They had a Barbie with hair that grew.
Yeah.
When I was little, you pressed a button on its back,
and
its hair kind of like vomited out of its head a little bit.
Right.
Like blip, blip, blip in little like...
I feel...
And then you could crank it back in again.
Oh, those were the days of mechanical Barbies. I know. And Kissy Doll.
And
that was cool.
The wedding, that was such a thing when I was a kid. All the dolls had to wet their pants. And it's like, why were we so fascinated with that?
Well, it's something you could put it inside the doll. Like, you could fill it with something.
Can you imagine the grotesque, like, black mold and bacteria that was growing inside of those dolls' little, intestine?
That's why they developed vaccines, probably.
For dolls?
To inoculate the children from all the bacteria that was being created by plastic toys with strange,
maybe.
Strange
It's
reservoirs.
just odd, because I totally get, like, having a baby to play with, to nurture, because, most humans... or many humans will someday be parents, so it's a nice thing to do to prepare for it. And I think we all have a natural nurturing instinct. Yeah. But like probably the least fun part of raising your kid was like the diaper kind of stuff. So why is the doll do the least fun thing?
Because there's a fascination with it. So that would be part of the attraction for a kid to want it, because they would want to see how it pees.
I guess.
I mean, I just speak for myself, but I'm sure that I loved that idea, and I was completely fulfilled in my childhood with a couple plastic babies. I didn't have a lot of plastic babies, but
I didn't either, actually. Because I like stuffed animals.
Yeah, exactly. I was more on the stuffed animal side, but I did have one Barbie. I think I'd have Francie doll, and I had a Kissy doll. Kissy doll. No, you don't know Kissy doll? This is before your time. Kissy was like a bigger doll that was a little bulbous. You know how some of the baby dolls are actually pudgy?
Yeah.
And her arms were out like this, like straight out in front of her, like this.
Yeah.
And you would move in on her, and then and then close.
It's like a makeout doll?
No,
what
listen,
is it? I don't understand. Okay.
Let me talk about Kissy.
Fine.
So,
is this its name, or you named it, though?
No, that is the brand name. Look it up. It's like Mattel Kissy doll. I don't know.
Okay.
But then you pull her arms together, and she puckers her lips, and that's it, man.
Like how? Was it batteries? No.
I have no idea. I think it was more mechanical.
Weird.
It was no batteries. This was natural. This was natural physics situation.
Whoa.
Made by Mattel scientists.
Mattel scientists are very...
Yeah. This was... I think this would have been a 50s or 60s kind of thing. Probably, possibly even developed in the 50s. Think of that.
Yeah, my mom loved her Chatty Cathy doll.
Oh, Chatty Cathy! Oh, gosh, I had one of those too, I think.
It was like her favorite. She had a monkey too that she really liked, wearing little red overalls.
Yeah, but Chatty Cathy, you get to pull the string. You pull the string, and
she
then...
says really creepy things, sort of.
Like what?
I love you, Mama!
Oh. Say that again, would you?
No. It was really creepy. Let's play! Things like that.
You're so good at that!
But her little, like... the sound of, like, the little... hard plastic mouth opening and shutting.
Ooh, you described that very viscerally.
That sound was a weird sound to me. Chompy. Like chomp, chomp, chomp little plastic teeth.
Yeah, it's super terrifying.
That's why all those horror movies with dolls came out, probably.
I would say so.
Probably from Chatty Cathy.
Although, I would like to say that dolls have always been scary. Like, even older dolls that are hundreds of years old, I would say could be considered very terrifying.
Oh my God, yes.
With just, I don't know.
Part of our haunted forest decor was just dolls, because I think they're scary. I don't know if anybody else did.
Oh yeah, those are terrible, scary.
Porcelain dolls.
Well, I think part of it is that they have a frozen gaze. I would say that if when you have a frozen gaze, it's sort of similar to being dead.
And I used whiteout on their eyeballs to make it a little more scary.
In the haunted forest?
Yeah.
What a smart thing. You're so clever. I think your IQ, we talked about this before, it's so high to come up with things like that.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. I admire you so much. I admire you because of so many things that you do.
She's going to add whiting out porcelain doll eyeballs to her list.
I will. Yeah. But I did
traits.
I did get my Christmas tree before you got yours, so I'm feeling
fine.
I'm just
Why don't you just gloat
kind of
a little longer?
Yeah.
Well, wait. You didn't. It wasn't your idea, but it wasn't your idea.
Well, it was kind of.
No.
Yes,
no.
it was.
I saw a picture. I saw Anna was visiting, so I bet somebody in your family was like, "Mom, let's go get a Christmas tree."
No,
Huh?
I
Kid
don't know.
pressure.
No, I don't think so. No, because we always get it on the 24th, so this would have really been, stepping outside of our traditional
24th. That is
scheduling.
so sad. You don't get to enjoy it. It's a beautiful, lovely tree.
Yeah, but just wait until your kids are coming back for the holidays, and they don't come back until the 24th, and then
that's
it's like
a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's all.
They better never do that.
It's
No.
all you can do.
My kids are obsessed with Christmas, though.
Yeah, they'll be so sick of it by the time they're leaving high school.
I don't know.
No, they'll just hate you, and they'll hate
Oh my
Christmas,
God.
and
Stop.
they'll hate everything.
They were less hateful or my teenager was less hateful this week, so that's good. He was a little hateful yesterday.
Well, this is my question to you about menopause, for example.
I was totally going to talk about that.
Really?
Well, kind of. I have bleeding IUDs and birth control on my list, so I figure that's sort of in the same category.
Well, it could be. It's a pretty big, broad category. But what do you think menopause is real?
No. Totally big media myth.
Really? Yeah. Well, to what end would it be?
They have to have a reason to just dismiss women of a certain age, like, from being of any interest to anyone. So they just use that. They just pretend like something happens to you and changes you, and then you just disappear.
Okay,
from
these
media interest and other things. That's it's a trick.
These opinions do not represent Royalton Community Radio or any of its sponsors. But you know
what? My mother swears to God that she went through menopause for according to her, she's still going through menopause. Like, that's like 20, 30 years of menopause at this point.
It gives you a good excuse.
I don't think she has menopause at all. I think she has like a Lyme disease or something.
No, I think it's just that we just have feelings, and we have big feelings, and we're told that that's bad. And so, if you keep pushing down your feelings for decades, they're going to finally pop up during this mysterious period called menopause, because you just can't hold something down like wild horses for that long. And so finally the membranes start to fray.
That's true. It does come around the smart time.
Yeah, so I think it's really it's a kind of reality check that this is the real response to being alive and being a woman. But it's kind of like if it wasn't enough just that you had to raise teenagers, now we're going to hit you with menopause.
I know, that seems pretty unfair, actually.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but we can do it. We can.
Now that my IUD expired and I don't have any control over my cycles anymore. Like, now I'm back to the way it used to be, which is horrible. Which it's probably got to be done at some point soon. I'm old enough that I haven't got much longer here. But
wait, what did you say?
I'm talking about.
You don't have much longer here?
I mean,
where?
I mean before the fictional menopause starts to happen.
Okay.
Which I'm a little bit looking forward to, because I'm sick of this.
Look, I just have one thing to say to you.
Do you have any?
I have advice. I have advice for you on this very subject.
What?
Man up, Emily.
I think that anytime anyone is just bleeding, they should just talk about it perfectly normally, because it's not fair. Like, it's huge and annoying, and everyone, why should it have to be this big secret-y thing?
I know. I mean, guys, when they cut their finger, they're screaming. They're having a huge fit. and we're taking care of it. So I think
It's just a big deal, and I don't like that it's gross or whatever. I don't know.
well, it's not gross.
I got to do something though. I think I'm too young to like go get like a hysterectomy to deal with this because I just have the most disgusting long periods in the whole world, and I don't like it.
Well, first of all, don't call it disgusting.
No, it is. It is. I mean, even though periods in general aren't disgusting, that's just normal and natural. Mine are because they last like 25 days. So that starts to like really, really disgust you at that point. I don't mean disgusting like physically disgusting, like there are horrible creatures oozing out of me. I'm just saying like it starts to really interfere with my life. And this is why for years I had IUDs, because it makes me be like a normal person. Oh, here you have your period for whatever, how long you're supposed to have your period, said 7 days or whatever, and then you don't. And I got it because I used to bleed for like a month and then not bleed for like a week and then bleed for a month and then not bleed for a week. So I was super, super sick and super, super anemic, and I had no iron and anything like that. And now that the IUD is expired and is not doing its job anymore, this is starting to happen again. I'm getting really, really angry.
I see.
But I think I don't know if I should put another one in.
Oh, man.
Or just have them like, just take everything away out.
Wow.
That does not seem fun. I don't really want to have everything sucked out
Hey,
right now.
cervical caps are cool.
I can't use anything that like goes up.
No,
I don't
I without getting into all the details of it, it's a very, very easy thing to use, and it would fit on you, I think.
I have a very beautiful
What's your
cervix,
shoe size?
according
your
to
shoe
the
size?
gynecologist. Which I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen it. Like,
What size is your hat?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because if you take hat size and you take foot size and you divide by
Real.
300, no,
I don't even know if you're making this up
you
right
divide it by pi, that would be the size of this particular device.
I'm really irritated that the one beautiful part of my body is a completely unseen area. Like, I want to show everybody my cervix if it's so beautiful. Like, the gynecologist had somebody else come and look at it. She's like, look, she has a perfect cervix, which isn't actually true, I know, because my cervix does some really irritating things sometimes. But, like, I've never seen it. No one else gets to see it. It's not fair. Why can't it be, like, something out here in the obvious, in the open, that everyone gets to look at?
I would just say that sort of on the scale of things to worry about, this is not going to be in your top 10.
I know.
So just relax and think about Christmas again. Let's put on some Christmas
Back to
music.
Christmas.
Because
Back to
I
Christmas.
wanted to tell you also that I thought you'd be very impressed with me, that normally I eschew Christmas music. Did I use that word correctly?
Yes.
Eschew?
Yes.
I thought you'd like that. I just threw it in.
I can even spell it if you'd like me to.
Yes, please.
ESCHEW.
Thank you. And we'll get back to some other spelling words soon. But we listened,
Oh, that's because you had house guests and you had to pretend you were normal.
Yeah, I did. But it's good because you find out that if you pretend that you're normal, you eventually you
fake
kind
it
of
till you make it, baby.
Yeah, man. So I felt normal. We had the Bing Crosby Christmas music on.
I should make you a CD
And
of
Frank
my favorites.
Sinatra.
Yes,
Well, I like
yes.
that. I figured out.
Yeah, I
that
like the classics.
I
They're
like
good.
the classics.
Yeah.
It was okay, and it was
Little
kind
jingle
of
bells.
kind of fun. I mean, I was kind of dabbling, having fun. I haven't really allowed myself to have fun for a long, long time, and this was
sad.
revelatory.
See?
Wow,
See?
just simple
Yeah,
things.
but listen, you don't want to go into some of the modern Christmas music. You don't want to listen to like Boys to Men or Faith Hill doing all their
sounds
renditions.
terrible.
Yeah, that is not cool.
Okay.
No, you go back to the basics. I'm so
Okay.
glad you had fun. This is great.
I just felt so
Festive.
yes, and I just thought, wow, this is what the people do.
See, sometimes it's so nice to just be okay with being normal. Doing a normal
Gosh,
person
I could
thing.
take a little more of this normal stuff. I really could. I'm going to try. I'm going to practice.
Okay.
I'm going to bring people around me that know how to do normal things, and I'll just relearn as if I was a baby.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
All
So I'm excited about my bookmarks. I mean, that's,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's normal or abnormal, but I just love making my bookmarks. And I'm so looking forward to just sitting down with my laminating plastic.
God, I'm really jealous of your laminator, actually.
I don't have, I am,
I mean, well, your real-ish laminating plastic.
the big,
Because I just laminate with tape.
I can see why you'd be jealous.
Yeah, I am.
I would be jealous too, but I've moved up in the world. I order now like 50 yards on this huge roll that's like a yard wide, and I get the whole roll, and I use the whole roll usually. But I don't know. We'll see.
Once I start laminating things, if I get my hands on like
stuff,
a laminating thing, I would just like laminate everything.
It's so fun. I do laminate everything, almost everything.
I just love to laminate. I just love
like
to
old tickets to
protect
shows and
paper so it doesn't get messy.
Yeah, little stuff that your kids have made, like little scribbles and doodles.
Yes,
you
I
can
do
cut
that.
those
I have
up
a
and you
cute
can
little
laminate
scribbled
them.
cowboy that I laminated with tape that Eli did when he was real little, and it's on our fridge. But
that's it.
You got to laminate it, otherwise it gets like jam and things on it.
Right, but you'll find that the tape will eventually yellow and fall off, unfortunately. So maybe for Christmas, I don't know, I could get you a roll of laminating plastic. I should
just take all my things and have them laminated.
I have this other thing that I was going to give you for Christmas because I told you I was going to get you a birthday present, and then I just kind of, if you wait.
I don't remember you.
No, just listen. If you wait long enough, you can fold the birthday present into the Christmas present.
Well, that's what happens to you, and it's probably what has scarred you for life, is because your birthday is close enough to Christmas that growing up, probably people gave you birthday/Christmas gifts.
Well, my parents were very careful to separate the two, which I appreciated.
I just mean other people. Like, I think I've done it to you before, maybe.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's fine. I approve this message. It's just going to be a good thing.
All right.
Is that the train?
What? It is the train.
Oh my God.
See, it sounds different.
It's been coming at 20 after when we usually have a song.
On a break. But Kristina and I
20.
met up in the Upper Valley the other day, and it was going by there right around 11:20 or something too, or 11:30.
Listen, let's just listen and have a moment of silence.
All right. Don't.
No, it's a happist of arousal. It's
very awkward. And I'm like, do you just need to go into the bathroom, or I'll just step out of the room for a minute if you need this.
No, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, here's another example of something that gives me the same feeling.
Oh.
Okay? Like galloping horses coming from a long distance and getting closer and closer gives me the same.
That too.
And then it comes to the crescendo because they're thundering over your head. They're jumping over you just like in the Charlton Heston movies.
Well, I hope they haven't done that. That's not really safe, Kristina. You get jumped over by horses pretty regularly?
Well,
in your dreams? I saw it's great.
I think it's cool.
YouTube video of, like horse racing. They're like kind of skinny horses, and the little jockeys are up there. Somebody took giant Clydesdales and they put the little jockeys on them, and they made the Clydesdales do like a race.
Wow.
And you just never see real big horses like that do like a full out running race. So they didn't go very long because they're enormous, and Clydesdales really can only run for like 10 steps before they're just like, okay, all done.
But their backs are so broad that
the little jockeys were not going to fall off.
No, they would have to sit cross-legged on a Clydesdale. That would be kind
of... But it was a cool video because they really had the sound good, and it's such the different sound when big horses run. Like the earth really moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's great. And on that note, we're going to have a song.
Okay, what is it?
It's called Digitize My Heart.
Oh, I know the song. And when we come back, we should introduce the show and probably
all right, what the heck? Why not?
That and
Live
ourselves.
dangerously.
Yeah,
okay, so this is Ariel's Yvonne, and it's actually a mix. It's not the final because I couldn't find the...
This is on the new album?
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I just couldn't get the album on my iPad, so it's a mix.
Your iPad is...
It's the
bane of our existence.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. Here we go.
Digitize my heart, skip ahead, rewind, get back and restart, numerize my mind. I'm just a soulful girl in an Atman's world, searching for tenderness in a touchscreen kiss. digitize my heart, skip ahead, rewind, get back in, restart, numerize my mind. Wandering through skyscrapers, everyone's getters and takers, keep searching for a drop of sunshine in a city of grit and grime. Digitize my heart, skip ahead, rewind, get back in, restart, numerize my mind. Analyze my emotions using binary encryptions. Feel the heat of my skin. Don't eject, just let me in. Digitize my heart, skip ahead, rewind, get back in, restart, numerize my mind. I am of flesh and bone, I can't survive alone. No plug, no reboot. Lay me down to take root. Digitize my heart, skip ahead, rewind, get back in, restart, numerize my mind.
There you go. That was Ariel Zevon.
I love it.
Her new album, The Detangler.
That was super cool. And she is super cool. That must have been so fun. Are you sad that that's over now?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of fun to get together and make crazy music.
I love working with certain people because then you have like an excuse to hang out with them all the time and you can pretend it's not like because it's about work.
Well, that's why this show is so good. It kind of fulfills that on a weekly
that's
basis. So
That's
it's
true.
that's I think it's part of how we stay sane. Mm-hmm. At least for me, that's true.
I know. It's a sad part of the modern age is a lot of times, I know I don't anyway, I don't make time in my life for socializing. There isn't time. That's the first thing that gets cut out when I don't have time. But if you can slip it under the radar, under the guise of work,
That's what I do. That's what I try to do.
Then it's awesome because you don't feel guilty and you're getting it.
Yeah.
You're connecting and you're getting it.
Yeah, exactly. It feels
happening.
good if you're making stuff with people. That's what I like to get together.
I do too.
And
Project
make stuff.
Project is my my favorite word.
Project.
John
Yeah.
hates that word.
He hates the word project. Why?
Yeah.
Because it implies a beginning, a middle, and an
implies
end,
like me
probably.
being really excited and like tearing something apart and then like sort of petering out and being like, okay, I'll do it now. Poor Johnny. I complain about him way too much. You know what? My biggest complaint about John lately is this. No, this
go
is
for
actually
it.
a good one, which I've never in my entire. It's a stupid thing to complain about, but I'm going to complain about it anyway because, like, I've never in my entire life been like loved unconditionally enough that I don't have to worry about how I look, like ever. That's never happened to me, and I'm actually a little annoyed at it at this point because John does not care
Because it goes both ways.
if I'm like disgusting or like he doesn't care if I like gained 50 pounds tomorrow. He would just be like, oh, you're so cute. Like he just is that way.
That's
and
good.
it's great and I'm like, oh, this is what everybody should have. But on the other hand, I'm really irritated because like I have no incentive to just this morning I was looking in the mirror and I was like, all right, not starting right this moment obviously, but I was like, I just have to make an effort to just be a little cuter sometimes because I'm so spoiled and relaxed by this. Nobody gives a crap what I look like. So am completely slobbing around my life at this point, which is great and relaxing, but I also feel like impressions are important when you go out in the world. Like, or I used to think that.
Yeah, but you could do that when you feel like doing it. You can do it.
Well, not when you cross a certain line and you're so far gone that you can't get cute.
Oh,
again.
I know who you're talking about.
I'm not talking about you,
Yes,
moron.
you are.
You could be like cute if. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I need some like help to get cute, and I can totally get cute if I want to, but.
Okay, well,
like the incentive is gone. Like why do I need to
put it out to the universe? Emily needs help being cute.
I just said, maybe I'll figure out actually what makeup is about someday.
Well, let me just ask you one thing, okay? Because can you foresee there coming a point in your life when you're gonna just say, I'm too old to try to be cute?
I like sort of past that point already, but it kind of comes and goes in waves. Suddenly. I will a resurgence of like, oh my God, panic. You have, you haven't, your clothes aren't cute. Your hair is all frumpy. Every once in a while that panic comes and I will attempt it again.
Okay. Let's just suppose there comes a day when you just say, you know what, this is not a worthy goal. I'm not going to try to be cute anymore. Then what would you be trying to be instead of cute? What would be a good alternative?
I don't know. I'm a little scared. What is a good alternative?
What is a really good well, I'm just thinking of myself. Like, what have I turned into? What kind of a creature? If not cute.
You're kind of like classy and hip at the same time.
Classy, hip, kind of wrinkly.
But no, you're not wrinkly.
No, I like
But
them.
you like pull. You can you're the weird people. And everybody I've ever talked to about this, and I don't talk about a ton of people about how you look, but John and I sit there and talk about it sometime. We agree that you're one of the weird people who you're not going to get ugly. It's just somehow built into your bone structure.
I'm going to put this on my next album. I'm going to put the quote on the back that says, "You're the weird people."
You're the weird people who don't get ugly. It's very few, okay? If somebody grabbed you and then they grabbed a whole other demographic of people your age and stuck you all in a room together, people would say, holy shit, one person does not belong in this room, and it would be you. Because,
odd.
Okay, your hair isn't short and curly. You're not wearing a sweatshirt with hummingbirds embroidered on it.
I do have control over those things, as do the rest of people.
I know, but I'm just saying you haven't, there's no way you could fit into that. You just couldn't look like them no matter what. You could try really hard. You could go and dress just like them and you wouldn't look like them because you age pretty for some reason.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's supernatural and creepy. It's probably going to make me really pissed at you in a few years.
There's some magic to it. And the magic is that you simplify your wardrobe. And I even did this week. I simplified it even more. Like if you thought I didn't have a lot of clothes, now I have like half as many.
What?
Yeah.
How are you gonna... If you do laundry, you're going to have to be naked for a week.
Here's a tip. That's right. Here's a tip.
It's cold.
You go for solid colors and you go for a very small color range. So I got rid of anything that had any interest on it and so solid colors and jeans. You can keep a few pairs of dress pants just in case.
Pretty much down to that, yeah.
And
I don't have any dress pants.
And that's it. You have your uniform, and you just stop thinking that you have to wear girls' clothes. Because I still go to the thrift store, and I look through the racks of girls' clothes and women's clothes, and
they're pretty ugly.
I just think, why? And then I end up gravitating down to the men's section where they have these beautiful fabrics and solid colors and things are comfortable, and I just end up getting 10 men's shirts.
I like men's. This is too.
Here's a sweater.
I like oversized, really nice men's sweatshirts.
I got this
not like the Hanes
This is
ones.
Cashmere. I got this at the Listen Center last week.
I steal a lot of John's sweaters because he has a lot of cashmere sweaters. And I'm like, what are you doing with cashmere sweaters? You're a sheep farmer. I'm a girl and I need to look cute now, so I'm taking your cashmere sweaters.
Yeah, they cost $10 more at the thrift store. I mean, if you get just a sweater for $5, if it's cashmere, it's going to be $15. You just got to...
That's because the thrift store ladies know about cashmere.
Yeah, they've gotten hit, at least at some of the thrift stores. Oh, I wanted to ask you this, okay? I wanted to ask you about the thrift store smell. All right, we're going to analyze it today. So
it's actually fried food and old shoes is the smell that you're smelling.
Okay, I knew that you would have some opinions about it, so I Googled it because I didn't really have a strong opinion about what creates that iconic thrift store smell. But I came up with a lot of things that people have attributed it to. So you say,
are you just talking
shoes,
to that specific thrift store in town?
No,
all thrift stores,
all of them.
But I don't think all thrift stores have a smell. Some thrift stores wash their clothes. There's cold wind blowing. Some thrift stores wash their clothes before they hang them, and they don't have a smell.
No, they do. Come on, they all do.
But then it's shoes. It's the shoes.
No, I don't think so.
But shoes retain smells, Kristina. And you can't really wash a hiking boot before you put it on the shelf.
No, but sometimes they sequester the shoes in a whole other room, and you can still smell that smell the minute that you walk in the door. Okay, so I got a short list here of things that people have attributed the smell to. Mothballs.
Maybe.
Wet basement. Old lady smell.
Yeah,
now,
that's sort of synonymous with the mothballs.
Well, I hesitated before I wrote that down. I think it's a little bit derogatory. Old lady smell.
Well, they use a certain kind of perfume.
Well, that was the next one, was dime store perfume.
Right, that.
Okay, so I think that's getting a little closer to what it is, I think. And cigarettes. Mildew, dust, rainwater, and incense. And then somebody said a proprietary blend of Goodwill pong. Do you know what pong is?
No.
It's an unpleasant smell. Pong.
Don't shop at Goodwill. Goodwill's not actually good.
Because some of the Goodwills actually spray a chemical on
I don't care what they spray. I mean, I do.
You don't care? You should
care.
No,
I care.
But you want bug spray on your clothes?
This has nothing to do with what they spray or don't spray. Goodwill tricks you into thinking that you're spending money in there and it's going to a good cause, right? It says it's called Goodwill, right?
Yeah.
It's a totally for-profit business owned by a person. It's like the money doesn't go to any charity or anything like that.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm a little suspicious about the Salvation Army as well.
I am too.
Just because of its religious component that I'm not sure that I support.
They're probably like paying for people to go and kill abortion doctors or something.
Yeah, I just don't know. So I tend to stay. I used to go to the Salvation Army because there was a great one in Boston. I mean, it was just enormous. I used to get fur coats there, believe it or not.
I'd really like to just send a little local charity out there, so some of the local ones make more sense to me.
Yeah, I like the local ones for sure. But here's a term that you might not have heard of before. It's thrift whiff. Thrift whiff. It's kind of good, huh?
Yeah.
And another person said, it's a melting pot of bacteria, referring to a thrift store and the
that might be too.
environment in a thrift store. So, okay, that's all I had to say.
Great.
I think we've sort of cracked that.
We still didn't introduce ourselves to the show.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you assume, though, by this point that anybody who's listening would have figured out that it's,
No, but sometimes people just kind of randomly, they're driving along and it's the only station they can get. In that case, I feel really bad.
You can only get the station for like 10 miles, so you were listening to static and then the station comes on?
No, good.
What are the chances?
How far is it to Chelsea from here?
I don't know, 12 miles?
I get it at my house.
I don't get it. Oh, I kind of get it at my house. But we're in a weird pocket of
hillage
stuff.
Hillage.
Yeah.
That should be a word. Hillage.
I think it is. Isn't that a word?
Like it's like village, but it's hillage because you're up out of the. You're in the hillage of the village. Yeah. So what is this show?
Oh, 11th Hour Radio.
Thank you.
And that's Kristina Stykos over there, who can get the show on her hill. Although I, Emily Howe, have a harder time on my hill.
Yes.
We are broadcasting from South Royalton Community Radio. Royalton Community Radio, sorry. Forget the South. We don't care about the South part, right?
No.
It's just Royalton.
Yes.
Community Radio.
Royalton.
WFVRLP 96.5. And we thank our underwriters and sponsors, Tunbridge Grease Collective, Mountain Folk, and Howevale Farms for their very fine support of the nonsense that comes to you every Friday.
Oh, yeah. The nonsense.
I didn't mean to say that word. It just popped out.
That's okay. It's there are some really nonsensical things that we talk about, like, I don't know, armpits, for example. I did write that down on my list because there's this new fitness craze in Hollywood that deals with, I'm not going to say what they call it.
They're called bingo wings. right? What?
No.
What?
No, this is arm vagina.
Is the skin in your armpit darker than everywhere else?
That's not the issue.
No, I just saw a product that like lightened dark skin in the underarm area, and I was like, "What?
Kill me now."
I don't think that my underarm skin is any different color.
I can't take any more of this.
But you know what? As hippie as I am, I decided that I will always just shave my armpits because if I don't, it just smells worse. I read that obviously that's the point of having hair in your armpits, is because when we were all like Neanderthals, you want to have a certain smell that's all your own. You know, and the only way to like really hold that smell to you is to have hair at the apexes of your body.
I don't know. I hate to interrupt you, but I'm zoning.
I think that's true.
I'm kind of zoning out.
Okay, that's fine.
Like my
you
original,
didn't need to hear any of that.
The original thing that I was going to talk
Armpits.
about.
Armpit vagina. Why don't you explain to me what armpit vagina is? Because that sounds intriguing.
Let's see. I'm not sure that I got really clear about what it was, but it had something.
What a tease. You just wrote down armpit vagina and you have nothing else to say about it. You just wanted to say armpit vagina on air.
Well, I just thought it's obvious it's where your arm comes into your body would be roughly the area that you're of concern, right? That would be the area of concern.
Yeah.
I guess it's some kind of armpit fat, I guess, that if you had a strapless dress on, you would have to apologize for. And then any woman that was near you would also have to apologize for her excess armpit flesh.
So, like, what? I guess I've never even seen really into my arm. I don't know what's in there.
You know that list I was talking about, that list of things to worry about? And I don't think we're going to put this in the top 10. I mean,
maybe not.
Let's just...
I'm totally fine with eliminating this one.
Let's move on.
All right, okay.
All right, so we could go to a spelling word.
Oh, I thought I already spelled a shoe and I was home free.
Okay, we'll do this quickly, then we have to go to another song. Okay. This is kind of a spelling... It's going to be easy for you, but it has a point, because this is the time of year when a lot of people are singing Amazing Grace for some reason. I don't know, it's supposed to be an uplifting song, right? I don't find it uplifting.
It's kind of depressing.
I mean, I like it because Johnny Cash sang it, so that's cool.
That's a good version.
Besides that, I just think it would be better. I don't know.
I don't like being called a wretch.
Exactly, that's it. Wretch or wretch? That's the question. This is a spelling challenge. Wretch or wretch? Save a wretch like me? What kind of a wretch is...
WRETCH.
Okay, so what's the other one? The other
wretch is RETCH, like when you vomit. Wretch.
I knew you'd do something good with this.
I've seen a lot of retching this week because my kid had to take big horse pills, and every time they'd get back in his throat, he would barf them back out again.
Nice. Thanks for sharing.
So I'd have to be like, all right, put them on your tongue and gulp the water, and I'd have to be like, oh. I'd have to like make the sounds next to him to try to get him
of course you did.
a little distracted, because the second he would think about it, he would like freeze up, and then his throat would constrict, and then he would choke on it and barf.
Well, that is similar to this, because whenever I sing those words,
wretch,
save a wretch like me, I kind of cringe. I mean, don't you cringe?
I just don't want to. That someone else wrote that. Someone else was being wretchy. So why do we all have to sing it and be like, yeah, well, and we're all wretchies?
Here's the confusion. And I think everybody shares this confusion, but they haven't really pinpointed it like I have, because I studied this morning very deeply.
Okay.
So I looked in the dictionary, and there's two definitions for wretch. One is an unfortunate or unhappy person. Okay.
All right.
I mean, any of us at any given moment could be an unfortunate or unhappy. Okay. So. But the other definition is a despicable or contemptible person.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it's referring to us as.
Yeah, so which one is it? It's a big jump from unhappy to despicable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fine with being saved when I'm unhappy. I don't really want everyone to... I just don't feel that despicable. Sometimes I do, but I don't...
Yeah, so you feel kind of hypocritical because you're not quite sure what you're saying about yourself when you sing that song.
Yeah.
So anyway, I share everybody's confusion. Good luck with the song. If you like it.
But no, you were right. Your original point was that it wasn't that Christmassy. I don't think it's that Christmassy either.
No.
Whether or not you're religious, I feel like Christmas is about joy and new beginnings, and that song is about like something else.
Yeah, just thinking that just because you got saved, you're no longer a wretch. I mean, I'm a wretch. I could be a wretch until the day I die on some days. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get to the next song, which is Kopsche Home Fair, Robert Resnick.
On a Friday it fell in the month of April, o'er the hill came the morn, with the blithe sunny smile, and the folks they were thronging the roads everywhere, making haste to be in it at the Kopsche Home Fair. I've seen 'em a-comin' in from the mountains and glens, those rosy-faced lasses and strapping young men, with a joy in their hearts and unburdened of care, all meeting old friends at the Kopsche Home Fair. There are lads for the lasses and toys for the bairns, and there's tumblers and jugglers and folks with no arms. There's a balancing act here and a fiddler there, and there's nutman and spiceman at Kopsche Home Fair. There were peddlers and potters and gingerbread stands. There were peep shows and puff darts and green caravans. There's fruit from all nations exhibited there, with kale plants from Harwich at the Kopsche Home Fair. When the hiring's over, well, off they all spring into the big ballroom for to join in the throng. And I never will lie with my mammy, nay mare, as those gurdies twirl briskly at the Kopsche Home Fair. Now this is the fashion, they thus pass the day, till the night coming in they all hurry away. And then some are so sick that they'll never go there, with the fighting and courting at Kopsche Home Fair.
Okay.
Shahom.
She thought it was Yiddish. No, it's Old English or something like that. But that was Robert Resnick, and he was playing hurdy-gurdy, in case anyone could not or had any trouble
Hurdy-gurdy?
identifying that instrument. It's not really a household instrument.
No.
It's a very, very cool one. It's kind of, I like to think of it as a violin that has a continuous bowing action.
Oh,
Because it actually is like that.
circular sort of.
Yeah,
sound.
the thing that the crank passes a surface across the string continually, and then you get that sound.
I can't even really picture it fully I kind of have a picture, but I keep accidentally thinking of like the organ grinder monkey guy.
He should come down here and he should do an hour of hurdy-gurdy music. Why not?
Can we take an hour? I could take an hour, Robert, but I don't know if I could take an hour of hurdy-gurdy.
I know, it's kind of joking.
Okay. I love Robert, and I love hurdy-gurdy to a point.
Yeah, I know. Everybody loves hurdy-gurdy to a point.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. Man, sorry, my list is super silly this week. I just really didn't do much this week.
I know,
other than Christmassy things and sick kid and
right.
And
I had something to say about my foot heater in my car, which I was not happy with. It's just every time I would turn on my heater to heat my feet would just get colder. And I just couldn't
Was
understand.
it just blowing cold air?
That's what it seemed like.
Probably the hose has become disconnected, so you've opened up the vent and it's just blowing the air from your actual car movement at your feet.
It's possible. I think it's just got a very concentrated stream of hot air.
Oh.
So on the right and left of it, like you said, you're just getting blow.
Yeah.
Without heat.
You know what? I hate every time I get in the car when it's cold, my kids shriek, "Turn on the heater! Turn the fan up all the way!" And I try to explain to them, until the car is warm, turning the fan up all the way, it's going to blow cold air at us, guys. They don't understand this.
You should, when Eli's old enough, maybe he is now.
He is old enough.
No, stop. You don't know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, let him go out and turn the car on to warm it up.
Oh, I do that because we're taking the regular car.
But you're too busy. You're not going to, if you're like me.
I taught him to drive the regular car a while ago because our driveway is so long.
Send him out.
But the car that we usually take is my car, which is a standard, and I have not taught him to drive standard yet because I need my car to last for a while. And if you recall ever teaching anyone to drive stick, it really does a number on your clutch. So I don't want to break my clutch quite yet.
No, he doesn't have to drive it. He just has to put it in neutral and start it.
I know, but I'm afraid that he's not going to remember to put it in neutral. And my emergency brake is sort of spotty, so I don't want him to turn it on and have it like jump forward on him.
Yeah, but that's the whole learning curve.
Yeah, well, maybe not on my car because it's going to hit a rock or a tree or something.
Okay.
That's the trouble when you're poor. How do you teach your kids to drive? Because you know there is a learning curve, and you got to teach them to drive like on your car. Yeah. But then you also have to worry about it being broken.
Yeah, I've just destroyed all my cars.
Yeah. I was going to hang on to my old Subaru to actually really use for him, but I don't want to hold on to an extra car for a few years just so my kid has
I just think car self-destruction is, you can hasten it a little bit, teaching, young drivers. But it's a good cause.
It is. I do feel guilty, though, teaching him to drive on an automatic. Like when my dad was teaching us to drive, it was the rule. We had to learn on stick because everything else would be a little easier after that. Like,
sure. Yeah. So, well, Eli drives other stuff.
He does. He drives tractors and things.
So
I just didn't. My car's super touchy, and I just didn't want to have him wear out the clutch.
Yeah, you might have to get over that.
I know.
But
I will.
Start now thinking about it, and by the time you actually have to deal with it, you'll be ready.
Yeah.
You'll be
maybe in the
so
spring
ready
when it's not slippery too.
Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be great. I felt super special this morning because I got a text on my phone from Vermont Public Radio.
Whoa.
And it said, the soundtrack...
Give us money.
It said the soundtrack to your holiday season has arrived. And then it had the two little emojis. There was a headphone.
What? Were they writing to the right person?
Well, I think everybody got it. I think it was a generic text message telling everybody that they were starting their holiday music programming.
Excellent.
Yeah, just going back to that theme. But there is something I wanted to talk about having to do with sleep.
I have not gotten much of it lately, but gonna do this. Everybody in my house has been sort of on and off sick for the last few weeks, and like that's already a sort of a sleep deprivation thing right there. But when John is sick, he's really snory, and so I can't sleep when there are weird sounds, and when people's nose whistles. Yeah, I just cannot even handle whistling noses.
Well, is that when you're trying to go to sleep, or is it when you're asleep and it wakes you up?
Oh, both. I'm just a very light sleeper, so having a whistly nose, and it actually sounded like a high pitched scream last night. I was like, "See!" like over and over again, and I was like, I can't. I tried to like block my ears with everything, and I thought about going and getting earplugs.
Can I just tell you, you have a future as a voiceover artist. You do the best noises. That's a skill that people pay a lot of money for.
And I just didn't know what to do because I had taken the sheets off the spare bed the day before, and John had spread a bunch of paperwork out on it. So I was like, I can't remake the bed and go sleep in that room. I could go sleep with the boys, but they're super snorty and snotty right now too. And I never a lot of people literally do sleep with the earplugs, and that's great for them. But I'm so paranoid. I'm afraid somebody's going to call me in the night, or maybe like a smoke detector is going to go off, and I'll die.
What a freaking mess.
So it really was a freaking mess.
Yeah.
So I'm a little tired, but
I get it. This is exactly what happened to me, but it wasn't John that woke me up.
Oh.
No. It was a rude it was an even ruder awakening from very deep sleep.
What
you're
was it?
just lying there. You're just
a cat throwing up. Sorry, I spoiled your punchline.
MCT mystery cat throw up, but it wasn't just any cat throw up. It was mystery cat throw up.
Oh,
because what happens is, it wrenches you out of sleep.
Yep.
You find yourself swimming to consciousness, and then you're in the middle of this incredible.
Why though? You can't do anything about it. You should just learn to sleep through it.
I think that I could have if it wasn't so dynamic. It was a dynamic mystery cat throw up. And why I'm calling it mystery, and I know you're wondering. You look poised on the edge of your chair. You're wondering what makes it a mystery cat throw up as opposed to just a plain one.
Is this you didn't know who was throwing up or where?
It's that when I finally got up in the morning and I went to look for it because I thought, man,
it's nowhere.
Exactly. I looked everywhere.
Oh, that is scary.
And it was so loud and it was so huge. I mean, it was as big as a house. It was like...
Do you know that it was throwing up? Maybe it was hacking up something else, like a hairball.
Right.
Maybe one of the other cats ate it.
Right.
Do they do that?
No.
Well...
Okay, on that happy note...
Maybe you were just dreaming.
No. I know the difference between a dream...
Puke. And a real one.
And real life, the sorry state of my life, that these are the things.
What did one germ say to the other?
What?
I don't know. Let's not spread it around. Never mind. Sorry. That wasn't the joke I was trying to tell you. I can't remember the joke I was trying to...
Think of it.
I can't remember. It was a bacteria joke because my son was doing a project on bacteria.
Well, what do you do
for
if you...
science? So we Googled bacteria jokes, and I had a really funny one to tell you, but I forgot it.
What should I do? Because I just sort of somehow have lost my ability to laugh at jokes, so I usually... No, but just listen. I listen, I pay attention, and then I smile, and then I say, that's a good one. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I just feel a little guilty that I couldn't come up with some... if you can't come up with laughter, you feel like you're...
No. I have trained myself to laugh when things are not funny. Because it's...
How? Show me. I'll make a face.
No!
Well, try.
I'm not. I'm actually laughing because you are funny right now. But I just mean it's sometimes a woman defense. You've trained yourself because the appropriate reaction is a harmless laugh. And I have done that a lot in my life. So I'm actually trying to train myself out of laughing when something's not funny. Yeah. And I don't mean like something like where you're going to hurt somebody's feelings because they were trying to be funny and whatever. I mean like things that are actually offensive that I've always laughed at.
Right. We've learned.
I don't really care for laughing at them anymore. I don't
We've
care.
learned how to... I know. What is that? Like a polite laugh is what they call.
Yeah, it's like a dismissive, I don't want to deal with contradicting you right now person who's being offensive. So
yeah, but a sensitive person can pick up on the fact that you didn't really think it was funny.
Right.
And then
it's usually not a male sensitive person. It's usually a female bystander who also didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad men are sort of immune to knowing when women do not...
I know. It's just not entirely their fault in a way because we haven't been as vocal as we could have been.
Yes, that's a really good point you bring up, Emily. Mm-hmm. That women bear some responsibility for the failure of jokes. We ponder on that. That's it's very relevant. So I think we're going to go out on another track of music. This is by Libby Kirkpatrick.
What?
Kirkpatrick? What? Just because I couldn't say it like flawlessly.
What?
This is live radio.
I don't know if you said Kirk or Patrick or something in between.
Kirkpatrick.
That's the one name.
Don't object to somebody's name.
I'm
it's
not.
Just a name.
I'm just clarifying in case somebody wants to
Okay,
go.
it's gonna be the time.
Sorry,
is like
okay.
going by.
Kirkpatrick.
Right.
Go.
Thank you very much for listening to 11th Hour Radio.
I know. You guys are the greatest.
Yeah, I'm your host, Kristina Stykos.
I'm
That
your
is
other
Emily
one.
Howe. And come to our podcast. Find our podcast on Apple Podcasts or at 11thhourradio.com. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Now, see what you did. Reveal me. Reveal me. I'm not as scary as I thought I'd be. You wander through me fearlessly, smiling at my defect, my shame, my impurities. I waited to look in your eyes. Long ago I laid this story down. That the lost soul drink of love, slay me, burning deep, the fastest track to insanity. I waited to look in your eyes. I see that the lights hey, hey, hey.
look in her